How does that make you feel?
Oh, phenomenal. Because he's a living proof that what we do is good.
Yeah.
And you
Not
can make
just
a
for
ton
us,
of money.
but
Yeah,
they can-
for
we're
him
helping
too.
people
Yes.
make money,
like
yeah.
the helping aspect of this is what I love about this. Really, you can really like see and reap the rewards.
You change somebody's life with this, you know?
Yeah.
This is sales, right?
Yeah.
And we came from insurance. Like, this is a completely different ballgame. But with this, there's like so many moving parts, you know?
It's more problem solving.
You know? Yeah, and, you know, that's what we're here for, is just to solve their problems and try to get them to the finish line.
Welcome to another episode
Oh yeah, it's English.
of the Romero Podcast. We're gonna do a English episode today.
Yeah.
We got two of the members of the team
members, yeah.
of Romero Capital. We got Alan and we got Andy with us today.
Yes, sir.
Guys, how you feeling? This is your first time on
Yeah,
a podcast. You see the red lights.
Nerve-wracking. But sure, I mean, it feels good. I mean, nobody's really, looking at us.
No.
Except once this goes live, obviously a ton of people
right, yeah.
are going to look at us. I've never handled anything like that.
You guys
However,
are on the page anyway, so
it feels good. Yeah,
I posted
yeah.
a couple of reels with you guys. So
Yeah. I saw.
And then I look back and I'm like, damn.
What do you think about that one? It looks good. I thought that one looked good.
Yeah, they look good.
It's just a haircut, bro. It's like,
Well, people can see the difference now. This is what
Yeah.
happens when
You go out that way anyway, so
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But now you got a haircut. People can see you got a fit.
It's a
You
year old.
both are fresh.
I just need one of these bad boys.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
I need to get a few of
We got to
those.
get more.
We'll get those.
But anyway, we're here with you guys because we wanted to one, show the public, what it is like on this side. We're always interviewing other people, getting their perspective. But it's always important to get everybody's perspective on the business. So since you guys are, knee deep in the game, we wanted to talk about your experience with Romero Capital. One of the first questions that we had was your first deal that you ever did, Alan. What was that first deal like for you? What was something that you learned from it? How was it new to you?
Reading the HUD. That was new to me. I've never dealt with anything. I've never dealt with anything in real estate ever. A little bit about me. Before that, I did HVAC for like a long time. So, like going into real estate was a total different world. I mean, I had to learn how to read the documentation, how to send over contracts, how to explain things to people, especially the lending aspect, because people don't know. They're interested, but they don't know. There's always small details that they're trying to look at, like, for example, the interest rate and, like, the origination and things that we charge. But my first deal, man, I was nervous. I remember you called me, and you were like, "It's your first one. Let's go. Get to it." And I was like, okay, well.
That was
Bessemer City.
Bessemer City. By the way, Bessemer City
Sold for like $30K over ARV.
Yeah,
Nice.
we told him 280. He sold it for
$290, and he sold it for $420 or $320. Sorry,
320.
yeah. I'm sorry. $320. I'm sorry. I don't know. But yeah, it did sell for $30K over ARV.
So the customer,
he'll be back.
$30K over what we told him.
Yeah, we told him $290 ARV, and he was like, "All right, yeah, I'll get more than this for this house."
How does that make you feel?
Oh,
when that
phenomenal.
happens?
And the guy actually called me, and he was like, "Yo, bro, I got good news, bro." I was like, "Lay it on me." He was like, "Bro, I just sold it." I was like, "How much?" He was like, $320. I was like, "Bro,
Nice, man.
That's true.
bro, you deserve that." And not only does it take it takes a weight off of my shoulders because he's a living proof that what we do is good, and you
Not
can make
just
a
for
ton of
us,
money.
but
Yeah,
they can-
for
we're
him
helping
too.
people
Yes,
make money,
like
yeah.
the helping aspect of this is what I love about this. Well, I've always loved helping people, but this really, you can really like see and reap the rewards.
You change somebody's life with this,
Yeah, yeah.
And
You're,
30
you're
grand. It's,
yeah.
How long? I mean, how long did it take?
So
It took a little bit longer.
It
right?
took a little bit longer than he wanted it to take, but man, he got it, and you could feel it through the phone. His energy was just like, man, finally, I did it. And I was like, bro, congratulations, dude. On to the next. He was like, yeah, on to the next. He was like, but let me close this one first. I was like, no problem. You got it. No pressure.
So talk about the closing to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so usually when we talk to people, we tell them they can't have any missed mortgage payments. And then leading up to the closing, we saw that he had a missed mortgage payment. And unfortunately, when you have a missed mortgage payment, it affects not the deal itself, but the loan amount.
Yep.
So he had to come out of pocket some cash.
How much you have to pay?
5%.
Okay.
Of the
Which is nothing. We still finance 95%.
Right, we gave him 95%. We got him a letter LOE, which is a letter of explanation for those of you guys that don't
Do you
know.
remember what his credit score was?
His credit was like 580
Like 580
5 something
with a late mortgage
with the
payment.
late mortgage payment,
Still
and
only 5%
yeah,
down.
yeah, and yeah, it was only 5% down, and he just paid for the 5 and the closing cost.
Okay.
And then he got right into the property. He got to work and he sold it, man. It was, by the way, shout out to him because he did a great job on that property. So yeah, huge shout out, man. But we've done some crazy deals. Not just me, but we got some other
But it's
cats.
funny that deal right there, that actually helped me with one of my deals.
Really?
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
one?
was that your
ha-
first one?
no, that was the third one.
Oh, okay.
So remember, like I was trying to explain to her that I was like, look, we have this house that the ARV was given this, right? We had this at this ARV, but look what it sold for, you know, and that was Kingsway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro,
So what about your
just
first?
sold that one.
What about your first deal? How was your first deal? Which one was your first deal?
Because I had two at the same time.
Newton.
Newton was your first
I had
deal.
Newton and Asheville at the same time. So, I mean, Newton was
And by the way, guys, he slipped that deal right under me by hairs. My guy was right there, about to put the wire at the bank.
Yeah.
His wire landed. Done.
First. So how do we handle the deals? Talk about that a little bit.
How do we handle the
Yeah.
deals?
Who gets the deal? Well,
Well, I was asking him about his first deal. How was it? What was like his like? What was your first?
So this is sales, right?
Yeah.
And we came from insurance. Like this is a completely different ball game. You know, like with insurance, it was just like one call close or like, you know, following up with them, hey, like, do you want this policy? Cool, blah, blah, you know? But with this, there's like so many moving parts, you know?
it's more problem solving.
You know? Yeah, and, you know, that's what we're here for is just to solve their problems and try to get them to the finish line. You know, for me, the first deal was nerve-wracking because leading up to that, you know, I had a long talk with Daniel that weekend before it closed. I'm like, yo, D, like, I need something, bro. He's like, yo, just keep your head down. Like, he was just like, you know, I was just like,
something.
you know, I need something to shake, bro. Like, you know,
Because it's straight commission job, right?
Straight
Yeah,
straight
straight
commission.
How does that feel? Like,
The pressure's on.
yeah.
yeah,
Always.
So like, it's just
But
like
it's worth it, right?
Oh, the rewards
Once you
are
get paid.
for
so
sure,
so
yeah.
there's a saying that goes no risk, no reward, right?
Exactly.
And here we risk a ton of stress. I mean, we have bills to pay, right? Everybody does. So you're on go 1,000% of the time.
But that's just the beginning, right?
Well, once you get it rolling, I feel like once we got like 2 or 3 deals under our belts. I mean, shoot, my first month I did 6
20,
deals in 3 weeks. So
How much you make that first month?
like 23,000 in 3 weeks.
So once you close those 3 deals, I mean, 23 will
You get
cover
some
your
breathing
bills
room.
for
Hell
fucking,
Yeah,
what, 6
you
months?
get some breathing room, for sure. But today I actually did 2 in one day, and we're about to close on those soon.
It's a good day to do a podcast.
It's a great day.
He's feeling
I'm
good.
feeling great. I'm feeling great. And then, sorry, I didn't mean
Yeah.
to cut you off,
No,
bro. Keep
you're
going.
good.
Keep going. How did you feel?
How did you feel?
So for me, it was a little scary because I didn't know anything. Like I started with you guys when we
Insurance, when we had the
first
insurance
started.
agency.
Yeah, so it's just like
Oh no, when
No,
we
he's
first
talk-
started at
yeah,
lending,
when we
Yeah.
first started the lending. So like when it was just like me and Daniel in the living room, like just like hitting up these leads, you know, just trying
I remember that.
to sweat it out, bro. Like, you know,
There's a
trying to
learning
make some.
curve.
I
Yeah.
remember that for sure.
What a curve.
But oh hell yeah, bro. It's night and day, brother. But yeah, man. It was for me, I had to like I want to help people so bad, you know? So like I had to know, and this was a conversation that Daniel and I had. He was just like, bro, like when it comes to these people, we got to help them, but like we can only help them to a certain extent, you know? My first deal, or the Newton deal, he had a late mortgage payment as well. And we, you know, it was a back and forth. You know, he told me, it was like, I'm very transparent with people from the get. And of course, people are who they are.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you never told me that. You know, so, but, you know, he had to come out of pocket as well.
How much? You know?
That one was,
So
oh no, he had to come out.
we had to, because of the mortgage late.
Oh, that's Kings. Kings was it?
No, that was
Newton.
Newton East. Newton. It was West D Street. That was the one that needed to close. So Kingsway needed to close, so that one could close.
Okay.
And that was the one where they had to put the 4 months of interest up front.
So they had to pay.
They had to pay the 4 months of interest up,
Yeah.
like
So the monthly payments.
The
they
monthly
paid
payments
upfront.
up front
Mm-hmm.
because they had a mortgage late. So
Okay.
we were like,
And credit was how much?
and credit was at
Because normally it's when the credits are around 400 or
Well,
500, like
Yeah,
low
no,
500.
yeah, his
400.
was-
for that one.
But
There was
we had a partner
There was a
now.
partner.
Yeah.
His nephew.
Okay.
His nephew was a 7 something, but he was like
Okay,
in the
so-
fours.
Okay.
But he lived here, and the nephew lived in D.C.
I feel like we're promoting late mortgage payments.
No, we're what we're
These are
saying-
just stories,
Yeah,
you
it's a
know.
story,
what
I know,
we're
I
saying
know.
is
Like
these
these
are
are
the-
just the things
Yeah, late
that we
mortgage
go
payment, we can still
through.
approve.
These are the craziest ones. Like we prefer it if you don't. Where's my camera?
Yeah, right
we
there.
prefer it if you don't have
Make
late
it
mortgage
easy on
payments.
us.
But that he had to come out like with the interest payments and the 5K down. It was like
10%.
like 17K out
Yeah.
of
Which
pocket.
is, what was the purchase price?
Purchase
That
price
one
was
195.
Yeah, so less than 10%.
no.
No, it was 160.
160.
160 is what purchase price with
it's
rehab.
probably like
It's
10%.
probably like
Yeah, it
190.
was like 10%.
All right, so you're telling me if someone has a late mortgage payment
No,
with a partner that has a 400 credit score, it's only 10%.
correct. It's not that bad.
I know, because you're making it like you seem like you're like, fuck, he had to put like 17, bro, that's nothing.
No,
Yeah.
it was
Compared to like
nothing.
other lenders. Other lenders will make you put 20% down,
Correct.
10% down.
And they might even deny you if you have a
And
late
they
mortgage
probably
payment.
They
will
will deny you.
yeah.
They won't.
They won't.
probably-
They won't even go
They
through
won't.
the stuff that we have to go through to get
Yeah.
you approved.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's the
but
thing.
that-
Like,
but
with us, that 10% seems like, wow, 10% down.
Yeah. But that's the thing with me. Like I'm just like, damn. Like I'm telling these people 100%, but
Yeah.
like, you know, I gotta keep in my head is just like,
It's 100% if you
It's
qualify.
100%.
If you don't
If
have
you
late mortgage
qualify,
payment,
yeah.
which
It's
is
up to.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like, you know, and that was the thing. It's just like I'm transparent with them, and they're not transparent
Yeah.
with me. It's just like if you're not doing that, I can't help you.
Yeah.
Like if that
I mean,
was the
we
case, I
still
would have told.
can. It's just-
but you know, like I can't
it's not
help
gonna
you
be
to
100%.
where you thought it was.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was definitely nerve wracking. And then the one after the one that followed that, the Asheville one, was a bit smoother.
Yeah, that
A
one was
bit
smooth.
smoother.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was smooth.
was that 100%?
That was
Yeah.
they
Okay.
put some they put some money down
Because it was a big property.
because it was a big house.
yeah, and they did like a mobile home and then like a 1,400 square foot home before, but
Okay.
that one was a little smoother.
So you had asked something before. You asked him, "How do you manage the deals? How do you handle the deals?" Like when you was telling him that his wire came in before his,
Oh, yeah.
and then you had asked, "How do you handle that?" What did you mean? How did
How do we handle the deals? Like, I guess tell people how do we
share it?
Distribute.
decide who gets the property or who
Oh,
gets the
so
deal?
it's first come, first serve basis. Well, when he came, I was
first wire, first serve.
yeah. When he came, we tried to get him his own so that he can see it can be done. Is the way we try to handle things. If you come fresh on board,
We help you out.
we try to help you. We try to give you something so that
We
way
give you
you can get
room
paid.
to sell it
Yeah.
before we sell
Correct.
it.
Hey, here's this one.
We give him a couple
340.
days,
Yeah.
2-3 days.
Because the house
Go fast.
So he had a deal like he mentioned in Asheville, and that was his deal. We were like, all right, here, you can try to do this. And then the Newton one was for everybody.
Okay.
And so that's why he beat me by like hairs to that deal, because I was like,
Yeah.
damn. But nah, that's what's up.
was like,
That's what's up. So no, but realistically, it made me like turn my turbo on. I was like, my drive just, I was like, bro, I really, because when you're new, you really, I can tell you from experience, because when you're new, you really kind of don't hold back. You just kind of, go.
Yeah.
You just kind of go. But then when you get through it, it's like, oh, but this, but that, but that, but this. And then at the end of the day, bro, I feel like like here, I just really like it here, bro. I've never had anything like this.
It's like because I'm competitive as hell, man.
Everybody is, bro.
I play sports, and even with him and I, like when it comes to sports, we're competitive. We talk, but it's like it's healthy. It's not like we're trying to down each other. It's just like no, it's just like we're trying to motivate each other to be where we're be better. So like here we have like a very healthy, competitive feel, like and I like that, and it helps. Like for instance, like he closed those 2 deals. We had the opportunity. Yeah. He closed though.
It pushes you.
And I'm not mad. I'm happy. Because I know we all need this.
How many deals would you say we get a month?
Right now? Shoot, dude, we've
on the wholesale side. So, how many properties do we find for clients, and why do they? I want them to understand why they go so fast.
Oh, because all right. Here's why they go so fast. Me, for instance, I have a ton of people that are interested in buying properties because we offer them the loan. Yep. He has a ton of people that are interested in buying a property because, well, we offer them the loan. Yeah. We have 2 other guys that have a ton of clients that are like hungry for these properties, especially because they're off-market deals. Mm-hmm. So like it's not listed. These are deals that you get crazy discounts on. So when I send my people to these homes, you got 4 or 5 of my guys, my clients there. Already pre-approved, looking to get a property. Then you have 4 or 5 of his guys ready to jump on this, pre-approved. I could go into detail on that Newton deal. I was there, he was there, his guy was there, my guy was there. And I told my guy, I said, but my guy didn't believe me.
Bro, we went to go grab lunch because we showed up early. We went to go grab lunch.
Yeah, this was on a Saturday, right?
This was on a Saturday.
Saturday. And a weekend too, so it wasn't anything.
Exactly. So I wanted to point that out to see like this was a Saturday, like
around 1.
Yeah. Oh, afternoon.
Like it was Saturday at 1 o'clock.
No, it wasn't in the morning though.
It's morning for a Saturday.
But we had to. I had to go to
it was an hour drive.
We drove together.
It was an hour drive. Okay. So it was Newton. So we had to go all the way to Newton. It was like an hour drive, and we got there. We got early, so we were like, "Bro, dude, I'm hungry. You hungry? Yeah, let's go."
Bro,
we had to get food.
That was like for me, it was so quiet that lunch. Like me and him just eating, and we're just quiet, bro. We're just like who's gonna get this deal, man? And then we go there. We show we show the house. We're not real estate agents, obviously, but we were there to help them and set up everything.
Well, we're selling our own houses, so we can
exactly.
do it.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to my guy. He's talking to his guy. My guy left. His guy left, and we're like looking at each other. We're like, he's like, yo, my buyer looks like he wants it. I was like, hey, mine too.
I also told him, I hope you get it.
Yeah, he did say that.
I was like, I hope you get it first because it shows my guy that we mean business.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this is a business. Yeah. If you don't hurry up and you say you want something, you're going to, like, if you go to the store and you want something, you're going to get it right then and there. You're not going to wait till tomorrow to go get it. No, you're going to get it right then and there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like our investors, like, I think they feel as if we're trying to push the sale.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the reality is, like, when I'm telling you, is like, there's other people looking at this house and very interested because there's people that this is their 4th house they've seen. Because they already got beat to the punch.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're not joking. Like, I'm not calling you 5 times out of the day to like bother you because I need this money. It's because I know what it looks like. You want this, and we have it. It's just like, you got to move on it quick because it goes.
So
another way of the question I was going to ask, like another way to that question is why. So for the people to understand as well. So like, why do you think that people would gravitate more towards taking our properties than like finding their own?
Because we give them the lending. That's exactly why they gravitate towards us.
But what happens, like, do people bring you their own deals?
Sometimes. Sometimes they do, but the deals they bring us,
they're shit deals.
So,
God help them.
I mean, for me, like, my buyers, like, and this is how I approach it with my buyers. Like, I talk to them weekly. Just like, hey, any update? Like, how's it going? Because I want to make sure that I still have that communication with them. So when I call them, they know I'm calling for for a deal. Okay. And to your question, I do feel like we offer everything. We already ran all the comps, ARV, we got a good price We already have the rehab. Everything's approved on that deal. It's just putting in the right person. You know, and I feel like not many people offer that. They don't offer, they can give you a house, but can they give you lending and a lending program like ours? No.
Yeah. Well, the problem with most wholesalers is that they're not lenders.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not lending you their money or their partner's money. So they don't care if you make money on the deal or not. They just want to sell you the deal.
Yeah.
But we're not only giving you the deal, we're also funding it. So we need to make sure that you're making money on that deal or we're going to lose money.
Yeah.
That's why our deals are better than most other deals.
Yeah.
That's why I told him, I was like, look, we're investing in you.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the bank money.
Yeah.
This is our money.
money, yeah.
You know, that we're giving to you to give you the opportunity that you've wanted.
been looking for, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to lose money. So I'm pretty sure the deals that we supply, well, it's not that I'm pretty sure, I know they work because we don't want to put money in bad deals. Nobody wants to put a money in bad deal. So I tell my customers that, I'm like, or my clients, I tell them, hey, yo, the money that we're giving you is because we know it works.
Yep.
Whether you want to take it or not, that's fine.
That's fine.
If mine doesn't take it, his will.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You don't want it? That's fine. Doesn't work for you? That's fine. Somebody's going to pick this up. So at the end of the day, I always tell them, hey, this works because we're willing to put money in it. Now we just want to make sure that we want to know if you want to do it or not. That's basically, that's what it boils down to. I know you got the liquidity for it. Do you want to do it or not? If you say no, that's fine. I don't care because I have,
we have a
line of people that are waiting to get something like this. So people, there is an urgency, back to what you were saying, there's an urgency in acquiring a property because there's a ton of eyes on it. And a lot of people want it because this like you said, this can change their life. I mean, I know you have a client that has made a ton of money.
6 deals in 1 year.
Yeah, and he made how much money in that year?
I'm assuming he made probably like $250K.
300.
250,
Yeah, in
300.
1 year.
That's four people's salary right there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So like this does change people's lives, and I love it. I don't see any other, like, I've always been in sales, right, inclined, but this is really sales.
Yeah. No, this is real
I'm
sales.
talking like, and that's the thing. Like with insurance, I've never stressed.
You need insurance.
Yeah, like I didn't stress like, oh man, like I couldn't close that policy. It wasn't like that. Like with this, if I'm stressing about a deal. I'm talking 2:00 in the morning. I'm up in my bed. I'm like, what? Like, this needs to close. I'm like, bro.
But that only happens when the customers have like late mortgage payments.
Yes, bro. Yes, and unfortunately,
It just seems to be happening.
How often? I feel like the last
It's been
5
happening
deals
very
we've had,
often, yeah.
bro. All of my deals have been like
Because we're the only ones approving it. That's
Yeah.
We're
why.
the only one that approve them. Yeah, that's the reason.
And then, how do you feel when you have to present that to?
I mean, basically,
When we get told, oh, they got like 2 mortgage payments.
well, I mean, the thing is that like I've been delivering this news for a while.
I'm numb to it.
I'm kind of like, like the thing is like one of the things that I learned with time is that sometimes you just got to say things how they are.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, listen, you got a late mortgage payment. Because of that, we need you to put some skin in the game and you got to put some money down. There's no, oh, you told me. Yeah,
200%.
you told me you didn't have any mortgage.
It's
Because that's
all
really
about-
the only requirement we have. Don't have any late mortgage
yeah,
payments.
pretty much.
That's like
Like literally, like we don't, and
So
then
you can have a low credit score. You can
you have a low
Yeah.
credit score.
yeah.
Probably didn't pay your credit cards.
That's cool.
Gym membership,
Whatever.
whatever you have. but
Yeah.
Just don't have a late mortgage
Just
payment.
please don't.
Yeah, because technically, so like this is a business loan, like we're
Yeah.
giving you a loan to buy a house, to fix it, to then sell it. So it's a business loan, but it's backed by a house, so it's technically a mortgage.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to be late.
It's really because if you don't pay your own house,
Why would you pay us?
why would you pay
ours?
ours?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And when I tell people that way, like I explain it that way, they're like, "Damn." I'm like,
yeah, if you don't pay where you live,
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
sometimes you got to, and that's another thing. Like usually people are reasonable. So like when you break it down to them and you explain like, hey, this is what it is, but this is why, because this, and because of that, we're gonna do this. And usually they understand. Like I mean, they'll give you some pushback, and I get it. Like when I closed the property, I had some stuff change on me too, and I was like, but you're already there, so you're gonna close. You know, just because this is what you wanted to do.
Also, 5% down for someone that has a 500 credit score and a late mortgage.
Correct. That's not a lot.
It's unheard of.
That's unheard of. Yeah,
It's unheard of.
Yeah.
No,
Who else is gonna approve it?
no one
You know
will
what I
do
mean?
that. I mean, the lenders out there that do it 90% or even 85, they will
Deny
not get
you.
approved.
Yeah, they'll deny
they'll ask for a lot more things, check stubs.
What do we require besides?
LLC documents,
Proof of liquid.
proof of funds.
yeah.
Well, yeah, liquidity. What else? PFS and rehab budget,
That's it.
and your bank statement.
That'd be
If-
nice.
One bank statement?
and your tax returns. Just
Just to make sure you're
just to
filing.
make sure you don't owe any money to the IRS.
And
'cause-
just so like people understand, like a PFS is basically your personal financial
that
statement,
you fill out.
and you fill it out, and that is up to you. All we require is name, date of birth, where you live, any of your, your what is it, the wages and stuff like that, experience, and then just how much you have in cash. Just so we know what type of property you would
You
be
will
approved
qualify for it. Yeah, because we don't want to send you a 300,000 profit if you only qualify for like 125,000.
You would hate us.
Expend more on that experience. What do you mean by experience? So that people know, like, all right, well, do I have to be a GC? Do I have to? What does that mean? Experience.
It's just basically if you're seasoned in the sense of, have you done flips before with other people, or with other lenders? Have you done? And then also the other thing is, if you have experience, like I had a guy that has never done a flip before, but he had 25 plus years in construction.
That's great.
That's great.
That's what we want.
That's what we like. I don't want somebody that, realistically, it wouldn't. It can work.
It would help, yeah.
It would help, but you can have absolutely no experience in this, and we'd still get qualified. But it's just a little bit more of a requirement on your end, so you can get started. And the experience, if you've done some flips, even better, bro.
Cool.
Yeah, construction experience is huge, and or remodeling experience helps as well.
Yeah, because like a lot of our buyers, these are people.
Borrowers.
Our borrowers, sorry. Our borrowers, they have done this for other people. They've been subbed out, and
Yeah.
they are like, they always say like, "Oh, I want to do this myself." It's just
Yeah,
like,
a lot of
I was
our
like, hey, you came to the right place.
The
like,
audience that we kind of target, the target audience is people that
Work in construction.
work in
and wanna start
construction,
their own
have
business.
remodeling
and
experience.
they always say like, I hate that I'm making another person like,
Rich, yeah.
It's just like you can do it yourself. It's
Yeah.
just, you just have to be willing to just put in the work.
What are the most common questions you guys get from borrowers?
What's the interest rate? I get that
Okay.
one all the time. What's the interest rate? I feel like a lot of our borrowers,
How do you explain that? Because our rate is high. It's 14%.
it's 14%, but I tell them divide 14 by 12. It's 1.16 a month.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
it's a 4-month,
1.16. Yeah.
1.16.
Yeah.
It's a 4-month term, so you're really paying like 4.6 or 4.46 or something like that at the end of the term. But that's
Also, we do 100% financing. So when you calculate it,
So like a lot of people tell me, hey, but I can go with this lender that does 90% and they offer 10% interest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but how much? Let's
much
say
is
we're talking
10%,
about a
yeah.
$400,000 house because we get those a lot.
Yeah.
It's bro, you're looking at
40,000
10%.
just on the 10%,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's $40,000 just on 10%. And then calculate. Yeah, they do like an 8-month term.
Yeah.
But
Or 12 months.
yeah, and they charge them like 2.5 points in origination. So it's like when you do the
almost,
math,
yeah.
you're coming out of pocket like 60, 70 grand
Yeah.
just for a $400,000 house when you can come out of pocket like 20 grand with me
Yeah.
and I'll get you in there.
And that's the
Half
thing.
of
It's
it,
just like if you have a loan for 12 months and you need 12 months to do a fix
You
and
don't,
flip.
you don't need 12 months to do a fix.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're in the
60
wrong-
grand at
you're in the
closing.
We'll
wrong
extend it anyways
business.
if they need it.
Yeah,
But you
but-
shouldn't need more than 4 months,
Yeah.
4 or 5 months.
You
to do
know,
a flip.
This is 60 grand at closing. So it's
Exactly.
40 grand down and 20 grand to
20
close.
with the other lender.
With the other
With
lender.
us-
With me, it's just 20 grand,
20 grand.
roughly 20 grand at
for
closing.
400,000 a house. Should be less than that. Should be like-
$350,000 house would be around 18 to 20
like
grand.
18,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so a $400,000 house probably around 22,
Yeah.
23
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less.
for closing.
So kind of to wrap this up, I wanted to ask you guys goals as far as what you're doing now. This is not only for the audience, but this is also for yourselves. What do you see, or for the next podcast when we get on, what are some of the things that you guys, want to talk about further? Or what is a goal that you have where you can see yourself outperforming that and then talking to the audience about it?
Well, I haven't had a day where I've had 2 wires hit in one day for 2 different properties.
Okay, so we're starting off strong.
So I want to get at least 3 a day.
Okay.
See if I can do 3 a day.
Jesus. All right.
Which
I like it.
look,
Hey, you're right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fucking
Shoot
let's
for it.
go.
we've done like what, 17 properties in the last month?
Something like that.
Yeah.
They're all in their contract. We gotta
All
fucking
we
No,
have
we need-
we just need to
only
close
got
on them, but
sellers here. We
have
need,
like
uh,
we've had like 17 properties.
we had a lot.
We need
And-
a processor.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah. But
we're discovering a lot of things.
Yeah.
3 a day?
So we'll talk about it offline. But yeah. Correct. That's great. What about you?
Man, I would love a perfect week.
What's a
week.
perfect week?
Ooh, a closing a day?
Closing a day.
Oh, that's
Monday,
tough.
Tuesday,
That's like a
Wednesday,
week.
Thursday, Friday.
That's doable.
That's doable.
Yeah.
No,
No,
that
it
is
is.
doable. That is doable.
Anything's doable, bro.
That is doable.
Yeah, I mean, I would love that. That
That's love.
would, man. What?
Does it have to be 1 a day, or can it be like 5 in one day?
I mean, if
That's
I-
crazy.
No, oof, man. If I did
I've
5 in
done
one
12
day,
in
bro.
10 in one day.
10 closings in one day?
Yeah. I got a portfolio of
Nah,
Oh,
man.
bro.
The
okay,
duplexes.
yeah,
No, you
that boy.
cheating,
It was
bro.
actually 12.
The duplexes.
Yeah, I got
That's
12
strong.
duplexes in one shot. Sold all of them.
Jeez, man.
I remember that.
That
was
was
a
big
good one.
Yeah.
You got 10 in one day. Holy
Actually,
Closed.
12.
Oh.
No, 10. It was 12, but I got 10 under contract.
Yeah.
And I sold those 10. One shot, yeah.
So it is possible.
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
Yeah, I
you don't
mean-
need to close 1 a day. You can close 10 in one day. And
Yeah, nah, I mean, hell yeah, bro. Why not? But yeah, now what was your second question? You said goals.
No, that's it. Just the goal. I had a second question, but I wanted you to pick one or the other, and you guys picked the goals. So that's
Yeah.
that's it.
Damn
stick it
it.
to that one.
Yeah, we're gonna stick to that one.
Cut.
Thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate
you
it. We
guys.
appreciate it.
We'll have more of
This
these
is
coming soon.
this was a great story. Great stories. Well, as we keep going, we'll have more stories to tell them. This was just a basic. Then we'll get into like,
The
hey,
details.
this guy had this,
Yeah,
But
I'm
we
down
appreciate
for
you
it.
guys
I
coming
appreciate
out.
you guys.
Appreciate
seriously.
y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you
guys.
guys.
All right. That is
All
it.
right.
Corte.